It is 20 minutes to 9. Figures from the world of comedy are gathering for an 8-day festival in honour of the late comedian and actor Rik Mayall this summer.
Organisers of the event say it will celebrate Rik's life and continue his legacy following his death in 2014 at the age of 56. So, a little reminder now of some of his memorable on-screen moments.
It's me, Flash! Flash by name, Flash by nature. Hooray! Hooray! God, dear, dear. You'd think people would have more control over their dogs, wouldn't you? Look at that. Must have been a Great Dane. No, we can't camp here. We're not French. Heidi-ho, on we go, Eddie. No rest for the hygienic. Oh, dear, who'd be English?
Oh, well, we'll all probably get drowned or eaten by octopuses then.
What? Phone the police!
But they're fascists.
Well, never mind about that now! Telephone to the
Living dog. Can I go now?
I'd forgotten that. Still makes me laugh. Rik's friend and fellow comic Helen Lederer, who's also on the lineup, joins us now. Helen, morning to you. Lovely to have you with us.
Lovely to be with you.
You know, we were just showing some, clips from Rik's huge repertoire, extensive repertoire, and, said some of his most memorable moments. There are so many. What's yours? Of his performances, not as a friend, but of his performances.
Oh, well, I think it's, you were chuckling there. I just think you go about your business and then you meet people and they go, Rik Mayall, and there's a sort of indraw of breath because he meant so much to so many people. I think it was just the bravery and the loudness and that he didn't care and he could stand on stage being Kevin Turvin and just go, what? And then just for a very long time, more than most comedians could sustain, and just the courage and the generosity of Rik helping others, hence the festival.
Indeed, and we will talk about it and find out how to get tickets, etc. But also, it's a privilege being able to talk to someone who actually was one of Rik Mayall's friends as well, because we just got to see the loud, the brash, didn't we, and the kind of performer. What was he like as a friend? You alluded to that.
Yes, well, I suppose I was lucky to be in a few, I was in a radio thing, The New Statesman. Do you remember The New Statesman?
Yes, of course.
I think I was in that because the great Anna Ford didn't do it for whatever reason, so I got to be a newsreader like you and trap his tie in my briefcase. But he was actually incredibly kind, and everyone will say this, incredibly kind to other people, and understood the different personalities that we all are. Really encouraging of me, because I met him at the Edinburgh Festival, I think my second ever, and, used to sort of sit in the assembly rooms with a glass of wine, not speaking to anyone. Not quite that, but always encouraging, suggesting how you should go further. He said to me, Helen, why don't you just cry? Why don't you just cry on stage? Well, I didn't, not knowingly, but he was just always encouraging other people. And I think that's why, just as a person, you could never forget him. Apart from his pioneering comedy work, everybody loves Rik Mayall.
It's so true, Helen. Morning to you. It's Charlie here. Do you know what? I'm just always intrigued by first encounters. Do you remember literally the first time you met? And it was one of those things where you thought, this is a thing. This is a phenomenon I'm encountering.
Yes, I do remember. He came very kindly. Ben Elton and Rik and Andy de la Tour were doing a show at the Edinburgh Festival where everyone was queuing round the block, and I was doing a show at the Masonic Lodge with Arnold Brown and Norman Lovett where they weren't queuing, but they very kindly came to see our show, and after that we became friends, and they supported me. I know they supported me. I was doing it on my own. Well, the woman sandwiched between the men is what happened in those days. Not like that nowadays, obviously, thankfully. But just wanted to encourage and was interested in what I was doing, and just no patronage, just everyone was an equal with them at a time when it really wasn't like that. And, showing their colours then.
I suppose, in a way, Helen, the festival is all about encouraging people to be interested in comedy and maybe take it up themselves. They had, I'm saying they, I'm thinking of Rik Mayall, Ade Edmondson, of course.
Yeah.
They embraced a lot of things in their comedy, including slapstick. And I wonder where that sort of extreme violence comedy, do you think that still's got a place now?
Do you like that? I'm sensing that you're that attractive
absolutely.
to you.
I love it. You know, the whole whacking each other with a saucepan and the chaos of it. But do you think it has a place now? Do you think it's that sort of is a different time, different place?
Oh, I think we're in quite an exciting time now because maybe, understandably, one has to be careful of all the censoring and everything. But there may be a kind of breakthrough where there's a new thought. You go, do you know what? If it makes you laugh, just do it. Why hold back? And slapstick is that. It doesn't have words, does it? So, you know, hence Mr. Bean and being so powerful, you know, no words. So I think this festival, and what I discovered, what I sort of knew, is that Rik's parents were actors and directed him in Waiting for Godot. And so it's in the family. You know, that's quite unusual. So the festival will celebrating other people across the board. And oh, don't we need that? It sounds fantastic. And it's got all sorts of amazing people there. And Ben Elton's a patron. So what more could you ask for, really?
Indeed. Well, there's always going to be an impressive lineup. So how can people get to the festival? I know that there are going to be early sales for people in the area.
Yes, people in the area are absolutely right. Probably get first dibs. And then maybe when all of those people have been hoovered up, which will be lots, there'll be more spaces for maybe you to come, Naga. I'd
Would love to
see you there. Maybe we could impro.
Maybe what, sorry?
Impro. We could do an impro. A news person, a knowledgeable person with an older comedian person. It would, I think there's an idea.
Do you know what, Helen? I think it's a great idea for you and Naga to do that. I think we should try it out now. How about we do a bit of impro
I think we're out of time and no one needs to see that yet. Helen, lovely talking to you.
Lovely to talk to you.
Helen Lederer, thanks very much. And, of course, that's talking about the very first Rik Mayall Comedy Festival, which will be taking place in June.
How about that?